Yo, what's up, everybody? This is your boy JC from JC Sports Talk. And today I have with me, a very special person, because she was probably one of the first couple females I had on my show before we played the 49ers, which a game that I believe that we won, but that is for a later discussion. But without further ado, how are you doing, Chris?
Oh
Introduce.
man, I'm doing so good. I spent the whole day at the beach today, so I'm a little out of it, but I've got, some special drink in my cup, so we're feeling good, feeling nice. It's 7, what is it now? 8, almost 8:30 here. It's good. It's been a nice day.
So where's home? Like, where you at right now?
So I live in, where Milan is? I'm just basically 45 minutes. No? Okay. Well, Milan, Italy. So it's like one of the bigger areas or bigger cities in Italy. So we live just outside of Milan. So it's about 45 minutes out, like on a train in this little town called Arona. And there's only like 11,000 people that live here. It's a very slow vibe, very old school. Like a lot of people still like have their own little mom and pop shops that we support local businesses all the time. And like everybody grows their own tomatoes and stuff here. It's crazy. Like it's very just like it's like I've gone back 20 years in time and I love it. It's amazing.
Well, it sounds like home. It sounds like the islands to me.
Yeah.
I'm not American. I'm from Haiti, so of course, growing up in Haiti, even though I left at 7 years old, but at the same time, you still remember the little things. Growing your own little vegetables, and the whole rice thing and everything like that. So it sounds very fascinating. Italy. I mean, it sounds like a place, man, where I would like to live one day. We'll see. Like, how's the cost of living over there?
Dude, it's incredible. So we're very blessed that so my fiance is the one that actually got the job initially to come and move here. So when we got the call, like, hey, we're going to put you guys up and everything. So we actually don't even pay to live in the apartment that we're in right now. His boss covers everything for us. So it's really nice. Like accommodations are covered, but the cost of living in general, like the place that we're in is 700 euros a month. You can even like, we're potentially going to buy something here. So we're looking at buying a house, like a little condo or maybe like a little like small home with a yard for the dog. Just to let you know, like back home, we wouldn't be able to do that because it's so expensive, right? So to be able to do that here and to like put money away that we're able to potentially buy a place here, it's just insane. And like even going out for dinners and a bottle of wine, like a decent bottle of wine, €2.39. Do you know what I mean? That's like $3. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
For wine. So I mean, yeah, the cost of living is insane. The produce and like the vegetables and everything here is like the best quality we've ever had. They don't use preservatives on anything, which is nice. It's just a very different vibe, like a very welcome vibe. We lived right in downtown. The last time I was on with you, I was like having to put down all the doors and screens because it was so loud outside. You could hear people screaming on the streets all the time. Like it made me so anxious all the time. Ever since I've lived here, my anxiety's gone. Like it's just gone. I wake up feeling really like fresh every day and just there's no worries, So that's a really nice feeling.
You make me jealous right now. Like,
you
you are making me jealous right now, man, because the States is so crazy right now. I mean, the gas prices, trust me, is more than a bottle of wine. Hey, let us say that. I have a four-cylinder, and I just filled up, and I put regular, unleaded, $65.
Oh my God.
A four-cylinder, regular. It's not even premium or nothing. $65. So the States is ridiculous. Inflation is crazy. I mean, so you are lucky to not be in this hot mess right here. Maybe one day.
One day.
Hey, it'll go back to 95 cents a gallon. I doubt it. But it is maybe one day, wishful thinking. But look, so who do you work for now? Like, what do you do on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, so I work for a company called Traction. They basically fun.
We're gonna get into that.
We'll get that.
Yeah, we definitely gonna get into it.
Can you not tell? But so basically I work for Traction. We are a video game company. We cover all the different motorsport games. So think of like your F1, like GT, Gran Turismo, and what are the ones I've been playing? Wreckfest, Mario Kart. Like I get to play all these really fun racing games. They're actually going to be sending me a wheel pretty quick because a lot of the
Okay.
time, a lot of the time I get to play video games as part of my job. So on Friday nights, I typically do a stream with one of my coworkers, and we play video games for 2 hours, interact with our community, do a lot of fun stuff like that. And then during we have this big event that we put on every year called the Le Mans Virtual Series. So it's actually Le Mans was going on this past weekend. It's like this big 24-hour race that basically there's like 4 to 5 drivers that switch out with the same car, and like you race for 24 hours. It's crazy. We do the video game version of it. So I got actually brought on to cover that, but then COVID, obviously it messed some things up, but I didn't get to go and cover the event live because we shrunk it down to a smaller thing. But basically, like, I was interviewing drivers that were either professional drivers that drive in NASCAR, IndyCar, some F1 drivers that I didn't get to interview the F1 driver, but I got to watch the podcast and then write a really nice review about it, basically.
Mhm.
But I interview drivers, write stories for them. Like every day I've been writing news stories, which is really fun. So different video game drops that are happening. It's really awesome. So yeah, it's been fun. I just hit my 6-month mark with them. They sent me like a PC, a green screen, like everything you could think of. Like I have all the stuff to create content now, which is really awesome. Oh, and I've been doing a lot of stuff for their TikTok. So every week I'm supposed to do my own little TikTok for their account. And one of my videos that I posted got like over 70,000 views, which was nuts. That's the first I've ever had that got a lot of views, got a lot of traction. So yeah, it was really fun. I love it. It's different, but did you see what I did there?
Yeah, exactly. It's traction, right? Shout out to them, man. Because look, a lot of us in the content creator world would like to be where you at. Like literally do what we love every day, day in, day out, and not be, stressed about our jobs. But look, you work hard to get where you at right now. So hey, without further, let's get into this football, right? Let's talk about Deebo. You know what I mean? Let's talk about Deebo, man. Like the whole off season, it's been this: will he be a 49er? Will he get released, traded? Will he get paid? So far, he went back to the 49ers. No new contract. What is going on with Deebo?
So, I mean, okay, this is something that for a while now, he's been playing this kind of cat and mouse game with the 49ers. He unfollowed them off social media for a little bit. The whole thing is it's like a tactic, specifically, I think, by his agent to try and get them to move the ball a little quicker and get him a contract that's like what we're seeing with the Cooper Cup, or like, a higher level contract, because the way that the 49ers utilized him last season, like I'm sure you saw, it wasn't
Ridiculous.
that he was a running back or a wide receiver. He was also a running back. Like they deemed him the wide back of the NFL, which was like the first ever to ever have that happen. His stats were insane. Yes, he didn't have, the yak that a lot of the other guys on the team as wide receivers had, because he wasn't actually being a wide receiver as much, but his running stats were insane. And so he actually broke a couple of the franchise records and everything. But this is the thing, and this is what I've been seeing a lot. And actually, Ian Rappaport went on the Pat McAfee show the other day, I think 2 days ago, and he was talking about the situation with Deebo and everything. And Deebo, I think the whole reason why the contract situation hasn't been sorted, he hasn't been paid yet, is because him and his agent are very adamant, apparently, that they don't want him to be used as a running back anymore. They want him to be a wide receiver. They want him to, not potentially get injured, because think about a running back, like they get smacked all the time, right? It's a very different type of collision that happens at that position, and they get hit a lot more. So I feel like his shelf life as a football player in the NFL would be diminished a lot if he ends up continuing to play that role. So I think they're trying to work something out where it's like, okay, as long as you only keep him to this many runs, a season, then that's fine. But like they're also taking into consideration his value as a wide receiver and everything else. And they want to get him the bag as big as possible. Like I know Kyle Shanahan and like Lynch, both of them have said like, whatever Deebo wants, we will give him. We'll give him that king's ransom. They were joking about it, but I don't think they're actually joking. I think they genuinely, you have a player like Debo Samuel, you don't let that go. Like you just don't. And it's so crazy, man. I was in the same room as him. I don't know if you knew this. Like I went to Vegas for the draft, obviously, and I got to cover it and like go in hang out with a lot of cool people from the 49ers community. Shout out John Chapman. He was the one that invited me. So it was really awesome. I like gave my seat to Fred Warner while we were doing the podcast and stuff. It was crazy. Like got up, I'm like, oh, I kept it warm for you. It was one of the coolest feelings.
Oh, I seen that on Twitter. Dude, I did see that on Twitter.
I couldn't believe it. I looked over, I'm like, this is Fred Warner, and I'm giving him my seat. Like, what? It was crazy. But anyways, I went to Rob Gronkowski's beach party thing that he had, which was really cool. And like we were in the VIP section and everything. And we're outside, like there was the stage and the Chainsmokers were playing a show and everything, which was nuts. That was a bucket list for me. And as they're like doing their show, I'm like out in the crowd just like jumping up and down, getting all hype. And I think it was Gronkowski that was holding his phone up and it said pay Deebo. And I'm like, oh my God, do you think Deebo's here right now? Sure enough, I'm looking around and he's like up on stage right there. Like you can see him cheeky smile and everything. Like they're like ripping on him about the situation. So like the dude still represents the 49ers well. Like I think that same weekend during the draft, he put up a shirt that said like Debo Samuel is back. So like he wants to be there. He wants to be with the team. He refollowed them and everything. Like you can see he was at the mini camps and at OTAs and everything, right? So he was there, but he wasn't practicing with the team, which is kind of crazy. But I think it's just because these contract negotiations are going on right now, they have to.
Was it mandatory though? Because he get fined, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like think about Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Like that's basically what it was, right? But I still think he wants to be a Niner through and through. Like you just see the love that he has for it. He's been at all the Warriors games and everything. Like I don't know, he wants to be there. They just have to come back with the right price because he deserves it.
All right. So you say he just want to be used as a wide receiver. So what do you think his pay should be? I don't know how well you can see this, but the average look right now, Tyreek Hill is getting an average of 30 million, and then Devontae Adams 28. You know, Hopkins 27, Cooper Kupp, AJ Brown 25 from Philadelphia Eagles that we traded for. So what is the range you see him making? Like where do you want to be the top, or like what, the top 3, top 5, or the number 1 highest paying wide receiver?
So it's actually something I was talking about with one of my friends. We were kind of debating about this as well. If he would stick with that, wide receiver, running back flop position where he goes back and forth, then I do feel like he deserves that 30 mil at least. Like I would see him up with a Tyreek Hill because he's so versatile, because he's doing things that a lot of other wide receivers aren't expected to do. But if he does want to limit himself just to that wide receiver role, I'm not saying that he's not good, but like you do look at his stats this past season, his wide receiver stats weren't as great because he was a running back. So it's a little skewed. But like you look at the past other seasons that he's been with us since 2018, like he's been a top player for us. He's the reason.
Healthy though. Healthy is a big reason too, because it seemed like his hamstring is.
Yeah, I know, and I was just gonna say that. So it's a little like the injury thing is never fun, right? Like that 2020 season was the worst for us, and like he was one of those players that was injured too. So I would put him around the same as a Cooper Kupp. I think that I'm not gonna say a top 3, but I would say like definitely a Cooper Kupp, because like he was with our teams when we went to the Super Bowl, like that season, you know what I mean? He was with our team last year. And honestly, I'll say it right now, and I don't feel any shame saying this because I'm a big Jimmy G fan, you know this. But
we're gonna talk about Jimmy G and the whole tattoo thing. But
I do believe that if we didn't have Debo Samuel with us this past season, we were not going to that. We weren't going to that game against the Rams. We wouldn't have. The fact we even made it that far is incredible. But like Debo Samuel, he literally ran us to the NFC Championship game. Like he carried everyone on his wide back. Jimmy G was not the reason. Yes, okay, those pressure situations, he came back, and I'll say it like, in the, what was it, the tiebreaker that we went into, was that with the Packers?
What, a tiebreaker for?
We tied with them. We went to, it was the Rams in the regular season.
Yeah, the Rams. Yeah.
Yes, okay, Rams in the regular season. I think it was week, whatever, the final game of the season.
It was.
That was the game that I was like, holy smokes, like Jimmy can bring it when there's pressure. He was perfect, I think, in that drive that he was in. I can't remember the stats now. It's been a little while, but a lot of people talk whatever they want to talk about Jimmy G, but then you think, okay, like, yes, in these pressure situations, he comes back, he does his thing. But I still think if it's not for Deebo, we're not even there. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Deebo's the game changer. He literally was like a special player that nobody else has seen. Nobody else can even mimic him. You know, you have guys that are out there during the draft that like, we need to find the next Debo Samuel. To the fact that people even use him as like that, you know, that player that they want to try and seek after, that's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, look, I hear you. And look, when Debo Samuel's, name came on the trade market, right? The Philadelphia Eagle fans was saying, "We won Deebo, we won Deebo."
Yeah.
I was not one of them because
No?
no, no, I was not one of them. But before I go there, hey, shout out to everybody that's in the chat. King DV, what's going on? Nina, Philly podcast, Cruz, Coach, what's going on, Coach? The Nest out west, Bird Game 31. Just shout out to everybody, man. All Eagle fans, all here to support your boy. But look, some of them were big fans of Deebo, like Bird Game 31. He's a big old. Let's bring Deebo to Philly. Let's bring everybody to Philly. You know what I mean? But I'm more like, we are not one Deebo away from being competitive, right? So he wants a new contract. So why break the bank for a guy that wants a new contract when you're not that one guy away? So that's my belief. You know what I mean? I'm a fan first before I'm like, okay, let's build this team to win today, tomorrow, and the future. Not just like the super team that the Philadelphia Eagles had way back in 2000, I believe 10 or 11, like the super team, which blew up in our faces. I'm not about that. I'm about, let's build this team. And then once we're one wide receiver away, once we're one quarterback away, once we're one coach away, then we could go all in. I feel like that Deebo, with him winning a new contract, and the Philadelphia Eagles needed a lot of pieces on the defensive side and a big splash on the offensive side, which we got with my guy, AJ Brown.
Are you pumped?
Huh?
I was gonna ask you about that later. Like, how did you feel about that?
Man, like I was excited. I mean, I was screaming like somebody scared me. I was like, y'all was like crazy. I was going crazy. I was doing, draft night, day one with my guy King DV. Yo, I mean, the reaction was just crazy because I never saw it coming. Like Eagles been trying to get a big body wide receiver all off season, right? We started with the dude that got suspended for the Falcons for betting. Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley, was rumored that the Falcons and the Eagles had a trade in place and blah blah blah, but the Falcons knew something was coming down. We're not gonna do the Eagles that dirty, so they pulled off the table. Boom, boom, boom. And then we try and get Allen Robinson. He went to the Rams. We trying to get everybody, and the rumor was nobody want to come to Philly and play with Jalen Hurts. So on draft night, I was just hoping that we get these wide receivers just coming out the draft. A good wide receiver like man, the dude from Alabama, man, Olave from Ohio State. I forgot his name from Alabama, but he is their, the best wide receiver. But he tore his ACL in a championship game. But I was hoping for one of those.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, at 18, I was like, come on, Howie. I was like, why did we trade with the Titans? Why? Come on, Howie. We need pieces.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it came across the news. Eagles traded for AJ Brown. I was about to have a heart attack. I mean, I was like, oh my God. Yo, the way my body was seizing up on me.
Dude, I was thinking of you when I saw that. I was like, there's no, like, he's probably going nuts right now because that's a huge pickup.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We went from one of the worst wide receiver core last offseason to the number 4th this offseason, according to PFF.
Okay,
so
I was going to say, who says that?
With a grain of salt, whatever. Huh?
Yeah. That, I was wondering where you got that stat from, but that's huge. 4th? Wow.
Well, PFF is full of shit. You know what I mean? Excuse my French. Hey, PFF is just one of those, like I did have a PFF guy on my stream a few months ago, and I
Did you
was
tell
like,
him that too?
well, I told him, why do y'all hate the Philadelphia Eagles? Like, why is it always like, we were predicted to win 3 games last year, 3 games, all because a new coach and Jalen Hurts. That's it. We had mostly the same pieces, the past 2-3 years because of a new coach and Jalen Hurts. So I thought that they were full of shit. Even now, I mean, there's some positions I agree with, but there's some I don't. I'm like, okay, all right.
I think that's like every team, though. Like, I don't think anybody looks at their NFL team and thinks, wow, we have a complete team. Like, if you could say one team, who would you think that is in the NFL currently?
The Rams. The Rams are complete. The Rams are complete. Yo, I'm sorry, but the Rams,
I know. I can't even knock it. I know.
Like, hey, we're gonna talk about the NFC West, but golly, like they are playing with monopoly money. Everybody else is playing with real money.
Where does it come from? I don't understand. Like, it doesn't make any sense. What the hell is a cap space if they can keep spending? That's what I wanted to ask, because I'm not really good with the numbers and the money and stuff. I don't understand it. But like, where the hell can we pull some of that out? Like, come on.
Well, because like I did read something that cap space is a prediction for the future. Like you could spread that money out. That's why the cap space is not set in stone. Man, as far as I can't do no moves this year because of this cap space, but if you use it right, you could just manipulate the cap space into thinking that if we're gonna sign this guy like Aaron O'Donnell, man, how does this dude get this much money with the tight cap space? Because it's projection out, and then you can start playing with it because every year the cap space go up for the NFL. So somebody went to school, went to this Harvard University, went to the right college to find how to work the cap space. I thought Howie was good, man. I thought Howie Roseman was good. I mean, to get this Eagles team from the bottom feeder to like one of the top 5 teams that's supposed to be representing the NFC. Not only the NFC East, but the NFC
in general.
And now the Rams GM, jeez, like. Forget you, Howie. I want him. This dude is good. Everybody. Bobby Wagner. Wagner.
I know. That one friggin' hurt because I honestly was like, I saw that he wanted to stay in the NFC West. And I was like, dude, imagine he comes to the Niners. It'd be such a smack to the Seahawks. We took Sherman back in the day. Like, imagine we took Wagner. And I was so on board for that because I was like, man, imagine Wagner and Warner beside each other, like huge. That would be monstrous for us. And of course, the friggin' Rams go and get him. And I'm like, as soon as I saw Von Miller went to the friggin' Bills, I was like, oh my God, the Rams are going to take Wagner. Watch. And they friggin' did. I was so pissed. So pissed.
Yo, like I'm saying, this offseason been so crazy. All these wide receivers.
It's been amazing, though. For like content creators, it's just been like, whoa.
It's like, oh my God, every day. Breaking news. Devontae Adams decide to leave Aaron Rodgers and go to the Raiders.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just every day. Russell Wilson.
That one I was so happy about. Honestly, I opened a bottle of champagne that night. I was like, we don't have to deal with this guy anymore. Ever since I've been a fan, he's been the quarterback of that stupid team. Yeah. And so I've had to deal with Russell Wilson the whole time. It was Hasselbeck before him, who was a Randy. Like, he didn't know what the heck he was doing. So, like, then they have Russell Wilson, and he was, like, the biggest threat. And I grew up in Vancouver, so, like, everyone and their dog was wearing Russell Wilson jerseys, and I just see this logo everywhere. And now we don't have to deal with him anymore, and I love it. Oh, I love it.
And now y'all got to deal with Geno Smith and Drew Lock. Drew Lock. Good luck. Drew Lock. Good luck.
They're not going to win more than 2 games, I think. That's my prediction.
Look, Baker Mayfield is still out there. He's still.
But I don't know. Maybe they keep him because I don't know what's going on. I don't want to really talk about that situation because it's a mess.
But they can't play him. I mean, they paid his backup. What's his name?
He has a
Man.
backup. Who's their backup? I don't even know the name of him.
Yeah, Watson. A backup is. I mean, his first of all, he played for the Patriots. God, his name is slipping my. He,
Gabbert? Was it Blaine Gabbert? Oh,
no. His man, yo, it's
Browns.
gonna kill me.
I'll help you out here, Matt.
His backup, but they're paying him very good money to be a backup.
Jacoby Brissett.
Yes,
That's
yes.
who it is. Yeah.
So he will start. I mean, they are not going to bring a Baker Mayfield back. They even gave him excuse to miss, a training camp.
Yeah.
But Brissett, yeah. So Baker Mayfield is on ice. He's just chilling. He's just chilling and hoping that he could get on a team. But he's making 18, 19 million this year, regardless if he plays or not.
Dude, he's gonna have his own podcast. Watch. That's my prediction. He's gonna just have a podcast. He's gonna rip on everybody. He's just gonna slam the Browns. I don't think after what happened with him and the Browns, I don't think he'd want to play for them again anyways. You know what I mean? I feel like they did him big time dirty, and he was really upset about what happened. Listen, I'm not taking Team Baker on this. I'm just saying from him perspective, he's probably nah, I'm done.
Okay, but at the same time, you and I know best.
Oh.
Our quarterback's been thrown under the bus. Jimmy G. He's been rumored to be out of there last year before the draft. They moved up and snatched Trey Lance. Jalen Hurts. He's been talking about, Howie Roseman, Russell Wilson coming, Deshaun Watson coming. They're trying to get everybody and their mama to come play quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. But both of those guys did not act the way that Baker Mayfield did, because he feel like that he's privileged. He feel like that. How dare you, huh?
Like a bitch.
So that's what I'm saying. So even though I don't feel bad for Baker at all, because I have my own quarterback that's going through the same crap.
Yeah.
But he did not act the way you did. He just, kept his head down. He said the right things, regardless if he heard the rumors or not. I'm pretty sure he heard it.
For sure.
The words, hey, he's not that good, this and that. But he did not go write a Dear John letter and
God, I know.
I don't want to be here no more. I did everything. Man, I give my heart to the fans, and who cares? This is our business. And that's where
you win a championship? No, you didn't. Sorry.
But that's what I'm saying. So that's where he went wrong. So I have zero sympathy for Baker Mayfield, because I have my own quarterback I feel bad for. You got your own quarterback that you feel bad for. Jimmy G, aka husband number 2. That's your guy. But he's still being done dirty. But Bird Game 31 was we did better by getting AJ Brown. He's a better wide receiver than Deebo, but we definitely a contender. So how do you feel? Where would you rank Deebo? Just strictly as a wide receiver, not no gadget guy, just not a running back, just a wide receiver. Is he a top 10 wide receiver in the NFL?
Okay, well, I just want to. Can you bring up that list that you had again?
Let me see.
With the money, because I just want to make sure I get this right. Okay. Tyreek Hill, I would say he's better than him. Tyreek is better than Deebo. Devontae Adams, I don't know.
Devontae Adams is better than Deebo. Stop it. Stop.
I know. Maybe it's my bias coming out a little bit, but I would. Okay, look, I put Deebo
is better than Deebo as a wide receiver now. Strictly wide receiver.
Strictly, okay. I would still put him top 8. I think. Looking at this list, I would put him top 8.
Yeah, I'll put DJ Moore. I replace DJ Moore.
Good. Yes. Okay.
Right.
I was going to say, I don't even remember any of his stats, but I don't watch the Panthers a lot, so I can't really talk about that. But yeah, I would say be better than a Keenan Allen, better than a Mike Williams for sure. I'm putting Deebo up there.
Yeah, and those guys are making 20 mil. Yeah, even a DJ Moore. So with that being said, I think that Deebo should be getting about
26.
what, 26
Yeah.
over
I think
AJ
26.
Brown?
I think 26. Well, just because like, okay, all the antics and everything, I'm gonna say right now, he's not gonna take less than that. He wanted Tyreek Hill money. Like he was tweeting things, and his brother was liking things and all this stuff. Like he wants big money, right? I don't know if he deserves that, but like, yeah, you give him as much as you can, because for our team and for our offense, we gotta pay him. We need him. We're not gonna do shit without him. I think. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's just my
oh,
2 cents.
absolutely.
Jimmy's gone now. The leader's gone. You know, we got Trey Lance, which I'm very excited about Trey Lance. I think we're going to be talking about him next, but like he's a young talent that we haven't obviously seen what he can do yet. But I do think that like having a guy like Deebo who can be versatile will help out a young player, a young quarterback. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
And like you do
absolutely.
need that core of like the Kittle, the Deebo, the friggin' Brandon Ayuk now is doing so well at the wide receiver position. Like you've
Health
got,
is another thing with him too. Health seems like the
I
problem with
know.
the 49ers wide receiver, because once again, I had Debo on my fantasy and I
You
had
do?
Ayuk on my fantasy.
Oh,
I
you
picked him up
handcuffed. I
late,
like that.
but like I'm a wide receiver guy. But the thing is, injury is the issue with
Yeah.
Debo and Ayuk. Like the only healthy body y'all have is Kittle. Like that's the
And
only healthy.
even he got injured the year before.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, when everybody's hitting you left and right and knowing that nobody else is healthy on your team and you're the guy to target,
Yeah.
absolutely. But all right, so look, Jimmy G versus Trey Lance. So first of all, hey, before we go, like the head-to-head matchup, Jimmy G had off season, a shoulder injury, and he's in limbo right now.
Yes.
I mean, do you think that the 49ers are doing them dirty by not even attempting to trade him, or like what's going on with Jimmy G?
So I think what happened was I think he kind of pulled one over on them actually. So the whole situation, like he was on the roster, he still is on the roster, but he had this sneaky injury in his shoulder. He had that thumb situation too. I know you saw that. And like he was pushing through these injuries to get us through. And like obviously then we lost in the NFC championship game. So we didn't end up going to the Super Bowl. And then all these injuries kind of fell on the table. And they're like, okay, yeah, the thumb wasn't even the big problem. It's more his shoulder. He needs shoulder surgery. And that kind of came at the time that all the talks for trading him started to pop up. And like we knew everyone knew it was going to be his last season with us. The fact that he even had this season, like I was kind of surprised, because the beginning of last year, everybody was saying Trey Lance is going to start. It's not Jimmy. Kyle even wasn't like giving us like, the straight answer saying Jimmy's the guy. They had us in limbo for a bit, wondering, is it going to be Trey? Is it going to be Jimmy? Like, who is it going to be? We ended up going with Jimmy because, yes, he was the vet and, like, he had the locker room around him. I still think he was a really good leader. Not looking at elite football player by any means, but an elite leader. Like, he did a really good job. He knew how to, like, commend them in the huddle. Like, he knew what to say to get them going. And, like, you listen to a lot of the players, all of them rallied around him. Deebo being one of them, Kittle being one of them. Like, a lot of the guys that do really well on our team loved him. And so, like, even Richard Sherman doesn't even play for us anymore. He was tweeting about it when all that stuff was going on and everybody was putting him down. So I do think once Jimmy ended up having his shoulder surgery, it put like a wrench in everything, because him and his agent were thinking, okay, you know what? We need to have this surgery. Let's get it done. Yeah. You're guaranteed this money. So, like they have to pay you anyways, whether you're on the team or not. And like he kind of took control over that situation of like, is he going to go to some random team? Like, who knows, right? So he had his surgery, and then all the suitors that wanted to maybe potentially take Jimmy were gone. You know what I mean? Like, we watched all the trade rumors come up. Like, Carolina then picked whoever. Like, all these things were going on that were like, oh my God, like, he's probably going to go there. He's probably going to go there. He didn't go anywhere because of that surgery. And I think a lot of people right now, there's a big question mark with him because he had this surgery. You can't see how he's throwing. A lot of people don't want to take that chance right now. So I think he gets traded once, like, he does get back into, like, rehabilitation and everything, and, like, he gets his shoulder going again. I do think that he will get traded, and I think it's going to be a sneaky thing that happens at some point in the summer. Yeah. Ooh, could you imagine?
The Seahawks.
Yeah, that would be horrible.
Because they have the wide receiving core with Lockett and Metcalf.
I know.
I mean, look, they're only one quarterback. Like, I feel like, I mean, and they could compete in that division because the Cardinals and the 49ers, I mean, there's questions all around,
Yeah.
but the only, team that's set legit, there's no question, is the Rams. But everybody else, there's questions around. So if he do get released or get traded, because he's a free agent, right? I mean, he's unrestricted free agent. So he's on the market right now, or does the 49ers have his rights still?
Ooh, I think he's one more year, I want to say.
Oh, ah, that
He's
hurt.
not an under. I think like they'd have to trade him. Like no matter what, he's
Oh,
guaranteed money from the 49ers. So it is a sticky situation. The thing is,
yeah,
it's going to go
it
one of
is.
two ways. He'll either get traded once he does get throwing again, and a team sees, okay, yeah, buddy can throw. We're all good. We'll take a chance on him. But like right now, everybody's having these narratives that they've seen all these headlines that Jimmy's not this, Jimmy's not that, whatever, whatever. I think that the 49ers are doing their best to try and make it like put as much value to his name as possible right now because they do. It seems like they're going in, and I know Bird Gang's saying they're not sold on Lance. I've seen a lot of different situations when it comes to Lance and different stories and headlines. A lot of guys that I follow, like that are like team reporters and everything, they think that Lance is going to be the guy. It's just that he's a young quarterback, right? So like it's just, but I think there is that situation where potentially Lance is our starting quarterback, but like Jimmy's going to be on the bench. You know what I mean? They have to pay him anyways. He could be there. He could be the
That's an
backup.
expensive backup.
I
That's
know
an
it sucks.
expensive
It does suck.
backup. That's what Philly had to determine, either Nick Foles or Carson Wentz. Who do you want to go with? A guy that just won you a Super Bowl, like literally, or the future that you mortgage to move up and draft a Carson Wentz. So now I'm thinking y'all the exact same position as the Philadelphia Eagles a couple years ago. That now is like Trey Lance or Jimmy G. My question to you is, who do you want moving forward? I know you're a big fan of Jimmy G, tattooed and all. It feels great, baby. Whatever it is, that's right. Whatever that tattoo, huh?
It does say it feels great, baby. Yeah, no, it's. I mean, I love Jimmy, and the thing is, like, I think I might have said this to you on the last podcast that we did together. That like when he came into our organization, we were very deflated, and like he kind of gave us fans a reason to be excited again. We went to that Super Bowl against the Chiefs. Yes, we lost. It sucked, but I never pinned that loss on him.
Should have won.
Yeah, we should have won, but like the defense let Mahomes come back. Like Jimmy wasn't out there playing defense. And yes, you can say he should have put up more points, but that's not the style of quarterback that he is, right? So like
people blame him for this one throw that
overthrow. Yeah, Emmanuel
Sanders.
Sanders.
Was it Ayuk that he overthrew? Like
no, Emmanuel Sanders.
Sanders. So, like this much. If he would have connected, y'all would have been Super Bowl champs because been a little. But that's the reason why people.
If the defense would have stopped Mahomes too, right? So like, there's a lot of different factors, right? And I do think that Shanahan kind of got sloppy in that fourth quarter too, with like his play calling and all that. So it was like a series of unfortunate events for us to lose that one. But yeah, I mean, I love Jimmy G. He gave me something to be excited about. He gave a lot of fans like a reason to smile again, which was so nice, right? Like we had that feels great baby year, and it was awesome. And like. Since then, like things have been a roller coaster. The 2020 season, he was injured. It was terrible. A lot of our players were injured. We had like the second most injured roster since like the last 20 years, other than the Cowboys, I think it was in the last 20 years. So like that's crazy to me. And like it was really sad being a 49ers fan. That was the year that I was covering the 49ers for Sports Illustrated. So like of all the years, I had to cover that season. Like anyways, we're not going to talk about that because it hurts. But then we have him again this past year, and I saw that same Jimmy coming back. He had like his confidence, regardless of everybody and all the pundits saying like this and that about Jimmy. He's not this, he's not that. He still kept going out there and like held his head high and brought us, like something to be excited about. Like I didn't think we'd make it to the game that we made it to, the NFC Championship game. Like, are you kidding me? The fact that we made it there, I was so pumped. Like we were one of the last 4 teams in there. In the season, like I got to watch 49ers football for longer than I thought, right? So I do credit some of that to Jimmy. I think that he did a good job in the locker room. He's really great with the players. But I feel like if you keep Jimmy now, just the way that I've seen with the fan base and like even some of the reporters that report on the Niners, the way that they talk about him, like it would be detrimental, I think, not only for him as like mentally as a player, but like just the entire organization, like everyone front office, everyone on the team. Like it just would, I think personally, it wouldn't go well. So I do think just from what I've seen and what I've heard, Trey Lance is like this big, strong kid that's like gonna come out and like show us his talent at arm. He's like on the money with his throws apparently too. Like he's not getting the same. And yes, we talking about practice, like I know, but
You talking about practice? Practice. Really? Chris, practice. Hey, you're mute. Hey, you muted yourself. Your mouth is moving, but I can hear you. Nope, I cannot hear you now. I see you like saying, "Can I hear you?" Nope, I cannot hear you now. Something went wrong. So something. But anyway, she was saying that that Jimmy is her lover, and
yes,
she.
yes.
Yep, you're back.
This mic is such a banana head sometimes, man. Okay, sorry, having all the issues today. But yeah, I still think we talk about practice, but Kate, like I read a stat and like let me see if I can pull this up. Hold on. Let me just wow you. Trey Lance, in the 4 practices that the media's been there, he's been 50. Yeah, but that's okay. 4 practices. 50 out of 67 completions. So that's 74.6%, 6 touchdown passes and 2 interceptions. So yes, again, we talk about practice. But if we look at Jimmy G when we were talking about practice, but he was throwing more interceptions than he was touchdowns. You know what I mean? Like it was sad. Our own defense was destroying him. And like Lance, he can scramble. Like he gives us, why rush Lance when you're still okay? I get it. I think we're still going to trade him. Bird Gang's just coming at my head right now, but it's fine. I don't know. Like I think we go and they've deemed him the kid. I think we roll with the kid and we give him a shot because if we could go to a friggin' NFC championship game with a banged up Jimmy G, why couldn't we get there with a little young, fresh start who's got an arm? You know, and everyone's starting to believe in him. I think our team is so incredible at every other position that quarterback isn't the most important one for us. From the 10 years I've been really watching football, like the quarterback position's never, especially in the Shanahan offense, we run the ball more than anybody. We don't need the quarterback, and Lance can run.
Is it because of your defense or your running game?
Dude, our D is impeccable. Like, let me tell you.
Well, wait, hold up, because last year, the first few weeks, when you had your starting cornerback out, your second backup cornerback out, like y'all was hurt last year, and y'all still won.
I know.
So I'm thinking it's more of the scheme. Mike Shanahan, the running backs by committee, like 20 of them. Like I never know. That's why I would never get anybody on my fantasy team on the 49ers except Kittle and Deebo or Ayuk. You know what I mean? It depends.
Ayuk's going to have a good season this year.
But who's still? Well, I haven't seen much of Trey Lance to say, you know what, man, it might be the same offense. Because these wide receivers were used different because of Jimmy G, right? But now you have a Trey Lance package where he could be the running back, the quarterback, on any given play. So now you take away from your wide receivers. That's why people are saying that Jalen Hurts is more of a running back than a quarterback. But Trey Lance, to me, I feel like even though he wasn't the Heisman runner-up, and Jalen Hurts was the Heisman runner-up.
Yeah.
But it seems like there's something different about Trey Lance compared to Jalen Hurts, why people respect, Trey Lance more than they do with Jalen Hurts. Like, I don't get the whole thing. Why would you respect Lance more than Hurts, even though Hurts was the Heisman runner-up? Yes, he lost his job to Tua at Alabama, but at the same time, this dude still was the Heisman runner-up in college. He still threw for 30-something touchdowns. He still, like literally rushed for over 1,000 something. Yo, this dude is the real deal. But for some way, somehow, once again, we back on the same boat. The Eagles and the 49ers. It'll be funny if we meet in an NFC championship.
Oh my God.
That will be amazing.
I hope so. You know what? I'm calling it within the next 5 years, we will.
Okay.
I think in 5 years that could happen, especially Lance
Next
gets
five
his deal and
years.
everything. Yeah. And
Oh,
Hurts, honestly, I always liked Hurts. He was my quarterback in my fantasy league that I came second in. I won $400 because of him.
yeah. I mean, yeah, fantasy in real life is different. So that's why people was like, well, it's fantasy. Yes, he could run all day, but y'all lost the game. So that's real life. So,
True.
stats. Y'all lost. But yeah, and in fantasy, you did pretty good.
Yeah.
But
And I credit that to Hurts. I was not sleeping on Hurts, man. I saw a lot of the stuff, and you know what? It's funny that you say like Lance doesn't get or Lance gets more respect. Dude, I'm telling you, like, I see a lot of disrespect on Lance right now. There are people saying that they're not gonna follow the team anymore if they roll with Lance. That's like insane to me. Like, they're like, he's not ready, he's not ready, he's not ready. There's so many people saying that, but then there's like
see, that's
half the fan
fans
base.
though, right? That's fans or
A lot of
nationally.
fans, but like Joe Montana, like
nationally disrespected. Nationally, PFF, like the media, like
yeah,
Hurts is trash. Like, according to the media and PFF, Hurts is holding
sad.
even Sims, Chris bum Sims ass. Chris, like the only reason why, like his name is out there is because of his dad. You know what I mean? Or Phil Sims. But besides that, he ranked, Hurts as the 25th, underneath Zach Wilson.
No, are you serious?
What's that quarterback from the Jags, the number 1 pick?
Oh, Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence and Daniel Jones.
No,
Hurts
Danny
worse.
That's the worst. No. Oh my God. Sorry.
So Daniel Jones
Hurts is up there. No, that's ridiculous. Wow.
So that's what I'm saying. The disrespect is real. Last year, Hurts was ranked number 40th, right? Quarterback. There's 32 teams. Yeah. There's 32 teams, but he was the 40th quarterback ranked.
How does that even make sense? They had backups about. Are you serious?
The backups, yes. Yes, they had Taysom Hill and Jameis Winston, all like,
wow,
above Hurts. I'm telling you. So as much disrespect as your fan giving,
okay, fans aren't it. I know what you're saying now. Okay,
this is national media. So that's the disrespect that Hurts had to deal with.
That sucks.
Once again, he did not come out and cry and wrote a letter, this and that. So it is what it is. But all right, so offseason came. So what moves did the 49ers make to make them better? Because a lot of teams was getting wide receivers, was getting big names, a Von Miller, a Bobby Wagner. How are y'all better going into this upcoming season? Like, I mean, what did y'all do?
Dude, okay, so like we honestly, the biggest thing that I know a lot of people like in the 49ers, like all the different reporters and everything, they said that one of our biggest issues coming off of last season was our cornerback situation, right? So we had like obviously JV went out right in the beginning of the season, like that injury ruined his whole season, and like he was supposed to be our guy at CB, and like it was a terrible thing that happened. And then we have Emmanuel Mosley, who I actually got to interview, and he's like the sweetest thing ever, and I'm always cheering for him. But like I wouldn't say that he's an elite cornerback by any means. Like he has some issues that he needs to so the elite wide receivers like a Cooper Kupp, like it's hard for them to cover a player like that, right? So I was thinking, okay, we need to do something at cornerback. We're either going to draft somebody or we're going to make a trade. And we ended up trading for Charvarius Ward, which I thought was a really, really good pickup by us. There are some people saying that like he's a really good center, but like he's just not elite. So it's just like, we have him and then we have Mosley alongside him. And I feel like the two of them together will make some magic. And like that was a position we really needed to fill. So I'm happy with that. Obviously we're not like Charvarius Ward hasn't been in the league that long, but like I do think that like he'll work well with our defensive schemes that we have. Just from what I've seen like on his tape and everything, like he seems like he's the missing piece that we needed. So I'm really happy with that. And then, I mean, like our draft situation, I don't know. I wasn't like crazy impressed when I was there because I was like so involved of like just
you was there during the draft. Hey, how was that, environment like?
Dude, it's been a dream of mine to cover any type of like 49ers to any capacity, and like to get invited to go and cover it with like the 49ers road, like the Gold Rush road trip that they were doing, and like be able to sit and like do the podcast as the draft was going, and then even go to the actual draft site and like watch as the players are being taken off the board, and like everybody's there, and it's just the hypest thing ever. And you know that the biggest thing for me is like take all your fandom out of it, and you just watch that these kids that are getting drafted, like this is something that they dreamt of for their entire lives. You know what I mean? And so like to watch other people's dreams come true, it just was like honestly the most inspiring thing to be around that. So I really enjoyed it, not only just because for me that was a dream come true to be there and to be covering it, but like to watch all these kids that like they work so hard, and some of them have had like they've gone through some really tough situations in life, and yet look at where they are now, you know, and like they were able to get drafted. And it's like I was crying when I watched some of them, because you see the emotion and you see how much it means to them. And for me, like that, it was just like beyond inspiring. So yeah, such a cool thing to be at. I'm really sad that it's over. You know, you look so forward to these events in your life, you know what I mean? And then as soon as it comes and goes, like it's sad, but like that's something that I'm going to cherish forever. This chain, I got that while I was at the draft. So like I have it with me all the time, and it reminds me like, girl, you did it. You were there. You know, I was walking amongst players. I was hanging out with like, I don't know if I told you, I got invited to an event by, oh my God, who was it? It's my brother-in-law's favorite player, Des Bryant.
Des Bryant. Oh, the Cowboys, the ex-Cowboys.
Yeah. And like, obviously, I don't freaking like the Cowboys. I'll never like the Cowboys. They're not the boys. But honestly, like, he like tweeted, like he came into my Twitter and like sent me a DM. I was like, do you want to come to our private event that we're hosting? I was like, okay, like, is this the real Des Bryant? Anyways, we're at this event. I thought I was getting freaking punked, man. I'm like, there's no way this is real. But like, we're at this event, and like he's part of the NFT stuff now, which is cool. And so he was promoting this event and everything.
Yeah.
And like he had a bunch of different players there. Max Crosby was there. Oh my God, one of the other Cowboys that currently plays for the team, I can't remember his name. They were all playing Madden, and like we were just like watching them play. Didn't see Des yet, and like we're walking out the door to leave the event, and I like get tapped on the shoulder, and it's Des Bryant, and he's like, Chris, gives me a hug. And
what?
Like,
no way.
I'm like, I just stood there. I'm like, did I just get hugged by Des Bryant? Like, what? This is crazy. Like, dude, it was incredible. So like just being around like these, and like I said, with the Fred Warner situation, I got to meet Elijah Mitchell as well, like our running back. And like he was such a little peach, man, like just so nice. And like I have a picture with them, like a signed pic. Oh, it was really cool. So just that whole experience, like being around players and like knowing that like I could get emotional right now, but like it's the wine. But, like, I worked so hard to get there, and like to be around these people that I looked up to, and just like know that I was worthy enough to be there. Like it was just beyond amazing.
I mean, like I told you earlier, I mean, you are living a lot of content creators' dreams right now. You know, I mean, literally, you are getting paid to do what you love and to play video games and to talk about, you know, your team and to do this X, Y, and Z. That's what we are working towards. But you have achieved it. So yes, hell yeah. So if you want to shed a couple tears, kudos to you. You know what I mean? So look, I have no problem. So I mean, because hard work pays off, man. You know what I mean? Like I've always remembered this quote. It says, I think it's luck. Like, oh man, you are so lucky. No, it's when hard work meets opportunity. That's what luck is. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where, how lucky were you that Des Bryant, that old tweeter, old ticking their message, and boom, here you go, tapping your shoulder, like I'm an Eagles fan, right? And Des hitting me on my shoulder. I'm like, get off of me, man. You hit. I'm like, yo, what's going on, man? Like, you know what I mean? So it's just one of them things where, you dream of people that have made it and now recognize you. Oh, little Chris. Oh, little Chris. Oh, little JC. And now this dude with, X followers and all this stuff. And now, I mean, look, it's all kudos, man. And you are doing a great job, man. Look, I'm telling you right now, look, I'll switch place with you. You know, whenever you are, over, it's too much for you. Just let me know.
I'll tap you
I
in.
over 5 minutes. I take over for 5 minutes and walk in Chris's, shoes and have Des Bryant tap me on my shoulder and probably have an autographed jersey. Even though Eagle fan be like, what the hell? Shut up, you. You wasn't there. You don't know what I was feeling like.
Right? I know.
I was emotional that time. You know what I mean? This is a guy that we root against. But at the same time, it's just like you wanted Bobby Wagner on the 49ers. But you don't root for him when he on the Seahawks. No.
But you recognize game, right? Like you recognize what they can do for your team. And that's why, like, when people would be like, when we picked up Richard Sherman, everyone and their dog was like, oh, like, we can't cheer for this guy. And I'm like, bro, we should. He's incredible. Like, this just changed our entire, like, look at what happened. We went to the Super Bowl that same season after we picked him up. So, you know what? Like, yes, while they're playing for any other team other than the 49ers, I'm going to say the worst things in the world about them and just dirty talk them all day long. But as soon as they put that red and gold on, oh, yeah, I'm cheering for them.
It's a whole different story. Like the Philadelphia Eagles, James Bradbury, man. He was one of the top defensive back a couple years ago from free agency. He went to the Giants. Guess what? I was like, come on. Oh, I can't stand that guy. Guess what? The Eagles signed James Bradbury, man. I threw a party, man. I was popping bottles. I was like, golly, we had the top two cornerbacks, you know what I mean, in the NFC East. But guess what? Yeah. Maybe in a NFL, period. The Philadelphia Eagles got Slay and James Bradbury, but I was not cheering for him because I bleed green, white, and black. Not blue, not big blue, not the Giants, the stinking Giants. No, but I love the Philadelphia Eagles. So, yes, I understand the Philadelphia Eagles got James Bradbury. This offseason was like a Christmas, dream come true. Everything I wanted came true. A wide receiver, a good defensive tackle, nose tackle, and Jordan Davis, linebackers at the yin yang, Hassan Reddick, Kobe Dean, Kaiser White, all over the place. And then, we just like AJ Brown was the icing. But the icing came before everything else because the icing came, that draft night, but he was the first. No, scratch that. Jordan Davis was the first, but I didn't know that they were going to get AJ Brown, but he was a good pickup. But look, I can't wait. So this offseason, has this been the best unpredictable offseason in your life, or have you seen anything better than this?
Dude, I can't remember the last time that I was just because for me, it normally would all the moves that were happening happen at nighttime, because obviously I'm ahead 8 hours from everything. But so I'd just be going about my day, nothing happened, and then you see Ian Rappaport reports this, or somebody goes on friggin' Pat McAfee's show and they something going on, whatever. Or Tom Brady, he goes out, retires and then comes back, and it's just the hell is going on? I don't know. Every day it seemed like there was something, and it kept me on my toes the entire time. I don't know. I haven't seen, since I've been a fan, I've not seen something like this. And you know what? I can play devil's advocate again because I'm sure that these kind of situations have happened in the past. But I feel like because of social media, you get those reactions down, you get these memes, and you get all these different fun things that are going on social media. So it just feels like it's even bigger. You know what I mean? So yeah, this one for me, they deserve an Oscar this offseason. It was incredible.
It is big. Yes, it is bigger because guess what? You, me, content creators all over the world, we are the future. Because you know what I mean? We are the future. We don't get paid a lot of money to do this or no money at all. You know what I mean? So these ESPN, NFL networks, this is the future, just trying to find out news and trying to break it on our channels and this and that and talking about what we think about it. So yes, this also was big for content creators all across the globe, like all across the world. Content creators having a feast. This so let all right. So let me play devil's advocate. So do you think it's healthy that these players, wide receivers, tight end, this and that, are demanding that, hey, I want to get paid early? Some are not even in their contract year because they see, other people getting paid, other positions making this money. They was like, you know what? Hey, I'm 2 years out. Pay me or I won't play. I mean, is this healthy for the league as a whole or not?
I don't know. So this is actually like something me and my fiance have talked about too, because like he commented and saying that like it's starting to become what the NBA is. Do you know what I
Yes.
mean? And so
Yeah.
like I didn't understand really what he meant by that, because I'm not like, I follow the NBA. I'm not like, yeah, woohoo gung ho. I used to love the Toronto Raptors. Like I was, that was my team for a little bit because I was like Canada's team. But then I actually started watching more basketball, and I'm like, okay, I'm not crazy about them. Like there's other teams that I'd rather support the players than the team, because for me, we used to have the Vancouver Grizzlies. As soon as they left Vancouver,
Yeah, the
I was
Grizzlies.
just destroyed. Like, honestly, I was 4 years old when that team left. I was so sad. But like, my dad was such a Grizzlies fan, and it broke his heart to watch them go. And so like, he would turn off basketball when it would come on and like get so upset. And like, I kind of carried that with me. So like, I'm not crazy about basketball, but I understand what my fiance meant when he said that, because like, they're starting to take more control over what they get, and like over their contracts, over when they get paid.
Yeah,
I don't know
LeBron
if
James, man. LeBron James been messing it whole. And
he
he
literally
started.
paved the way. Yeah,
Yeah,
he did. And I don't know if I agree with it, because I just feel like it's for fans. Like, okay, and you know what? Some people, especially this offseason, they've been telling me, like, look, you have to be a fan of the team first. Don't get attached to the players, because the
exactly.
players they can come and go as much as they please. Like, especially now with social media, they control their narrative way more than they used to. Do you know what I mean? So like, you can't really attach yourself to these players. And like, when I saw Debo Samuel was requesting a trade, I honestly felt so heartbroken, because I was like, I thought this guy loved our organization. I thought he loved playing for us. Like, what the hell's going on? And it really hurt me. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I like sat there contemplating, like, what the hell am I gonna do if Debo Samuel leaves? Like, he was one of the players that, like, for me, like, was our heart and soul this past season. Like, it just, I
Yeah,
would have been devastated. Like, you can't replace a guy like that. Like, I don't know. So, like, I don't know if I agree with it. I don't like how they're putting everybody through turmoil over like what they want. It feels very selfish. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm like, okay, everybody's got to get paid. I don't know. It is, at the end of the day, it's a business.
it
This is their
is.
job. This is their lifestyle. Like, this is who they are. Like, they're not playing for nothing, right? So like, they obviously have a say in where they want to go. And like, I get it, but it doesn't make it any easier. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I
It
agree with
doesn't.
it, but like, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm 100% with you. I think it's bad for the league,
Yeah.
just because of what you said. Like, you're a fan of the team, but if the team can't pay the player that you love, and he goes out, so you like, oh, come on. Now you start getting mad at the team. Why couldn't you pay this guy, keep him on the team, this and that? I'm just like, man, it's like depressing right now. It seeing the
Exactly.
guy that you root for on another team just doing well because you couldn't pay $10 more million, but it's not our money, so we don't care. Just like pay him, just pay him. But
Yeah.
these guys, these owners have, that's their money that they work hard for. Look, I get it, it's a business, but at the end of the day, everybody is not going to win the Super Bowl. So I
Exactly.
can't pay you like you won the Super Bowl. So
Mhm.
so I have to pay you
Facts.
according to what you did for me this past season. I would never pay a player based on potential because anything could happen. Like, so a lot of times that you see these contracts is they've done this for me, the past couple of years. They've been consistent. I made it to a Pro Bowl. They made us, do X, Y, and Z. But you never know the minute you pay them next year, a freak injury happened.
Yeah.
And they're never the same. And now you pay them just based on the potential, what they was gonna be. So this is not the military. Like the military, like promotes you, right? Like based on your potential, what you could, bring to the military in the future. Yes, they look at your past, but at the same time, they promote you just based on, okay, if we promote this guy to this position, he could carry us, this and that. We're not promoting to another position. We are paying you based on the same position. So we can't predict what you are going to do 2, 3 years down the road. We're just hoping that you could, produce the same exact stats or better stats, the past couple of years in the future. So I really think it's bad for the league. I really do because you're gonna have a lot of people holding out, quarterbacks holding out, or people getting injured at the same time. So it's just one of those things. Just like Kirk Cousins really just started this whole thing. I hate Kirk Cousins, but he's the dude. Like the whole fully guaranteed contract stuff came with Kirk Cousins. The first NFL player to ever get his whole contract fully guaranteed.
Yeah.
That is what just blew this whole thing out the water. Is Kirk Cousins.
I know.
That's Kirk Cousins, man.
We don't like that, man. We don't like that. Oh, that guy. I know. I can't stand that dude. I can't stand that dude.
So, I mean, but look, all right. So what is your prediction for this upcoming season? Look, I know you don't know who's going to be at quarterback yet. We all expect no Trey Lance. All right. Yeah. So we don't know what the whole Deebo situation. He could still might get traded, by the way. He could still, because July 15th. I think July 15th or 16th is the time where the NFL has to come up with a contract negotiation, or they can't even talk contract until the following season. So, I mean, so this upcoming week is going to be crucial for a lot of teams. Yeah, so,
true. Okay,
like anything could happen. So, what is your expectation for this upcoming season for your team?
I mean, okay, so this is the thing. Like I knew that we made a couple really great moves in the draft and everything. Like one of the ones that I really appreciated was Drake Jackson. Like the pass rush was something that we were really worried about. Defensive end is something that like we were looking at that we needed to upgrade. Like our defense, I didn't think the defense was ever the issue, but like we built around like what we think we needed to fix, the little gaps here and there. And what we did, I think that we did enough. It's just that quarterback situation. And it's something that like you were saying, you can't give money, to players when you don't know what they're going to produce for you yet. Right. Like that's kind of how I'm feeling about with Trey Lance. Like you can't really put an expectation on something that you're not sure which way it's going to go yet. But like I was saying to you before, I do think that like we have everything that we need around us, right? Oh, hey, what's up? We have everything that we need around our team. That like I do think that the quarterback situation is the biggest worry, but I will throw something at you guys. Like one of the biggest offseason moves that I think that we did was we gained a quarterbacks coach with Brian Grease. So like that situation right there, to have Trey Lance working with somebody like Brian, I do think that it's going to be huge for his development down the road. Whether that development's going to happen this season or not, obviously we don't know. Like this is a big question mark. We have no idea. But because our offense typically, they work on the run. Trey Lance can run. Like he's got that arm, and yeah, he's a young quarterback. He could get picked apart. He could not though. So like my expectations for this team is just get out there, do your thing. Like we all know the Niners have a team that they can at least make it to an NFC championship game. We're bringing back all the pieces basically that we had. Aside from we had some guy retire. Who was it that just retired? Which sucked.
49ers?
Yeah. Was it Mack? Alex Mack? What? I feel like.
No. Offensive line?
Offensive lineman. Who was it? Oof, I don't remember. I'm like, right now I can't even think. But anyways, aside from that, every single player is coming back. The Jimmy situation, I get it. Like he was the leader, but like everybody thought he was a terrible quarterback. So it can't get much worse than that. My expectations is that they're still going to be what we remember as the 49ers. I'm predicting, what is it? We have 16 games now a season?
No, 17.
17, okay. Okay, let's see if I can get this number right. So in 17 games, I'm thinking we're gonna go
Yeah,
10 and
Alex
7.
Mack was the guy. Yeah, you're
Alex
right.
Mack. Okay, yes. Yeah, that was the one that I saw that he was retiring, and I'm like, oh no, because like that's the thing that scares me is our offensive line. I don't like
Yeah.
that. I don't like how they don't protect the quarterback. But that being said, like Jimmy could not move to save his life. Do you know what I mean? Like he had little
Oh yeah.
prancy feet. Like he couldn't move. He was like a Tom Brady, like in the pocket. He didn't move. He needed a good offensive line. Whereas you have a Trey Lance. I think Trey Lance can scramble. I do
Oh
think
yeah.
he'll be
Oh, absolutely.
better with
Yes.
the scramble. So the offensive line can be a little shit, and it's fine, I think. But I think we're gonna go 10 and 7. I don't think that's terrible. I don't think that's terrible. I need to look at our schedule. I know we're playing the Chiefs again this year, which sucks. Arizona has a big question mark for me. I don't know how we're gonna do against them. Has Kyler signed yet?
Well, well, one, he's not eligible to sign. He just wants to be signed
Yes.
because he's 2 years out. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Is it good for a league that these players are demanding like 2 years out before the contract even up, saying,
Yeah.
I want a new contract. I don't want to play this contract no more. When you literally sign a 4 or 5 year contract, but you're like 3 years in and you're 2 years out, and now you're saying, hey, you want a new contract. Is it healthy for the league?
Dude.
We like Baker Mayfield, like he could literally look, just play out your last year and then just bet on yourself. That Prescott did it, Kirk Cousins did it. I mean, you're just plenty of quarterbacks that bet on themselves, and now you put the team in a situation where like, oh shit, we should have did, man, we should have paid him last year. Well, that's on you. Look at Dak Prescott, like, yo, that's on you that he's making. Like last year, Dak Prescott made $76 million for that one year.
God.
Because like that's the thing, because
That's
they
wild.
refused to pay
Holy
him
smokes.
before, when contract was up before this and that, and he bet on himself. So I mean, is it healthy that these players are betting on themselves? But there come a time where it's like, is it too early to pay? Like Kyler Murray, he's literally been hurt the past couple of years when the
Yeah.
time matters. And then when he come back, he's not the same quarterback. So now how could I pay you? And now the market value for a quarterback is 40 mil. Don't talk to me unless you are coming to the table with 40 mil. I don't want to hear nothing else. Hey, our starting point is 40 mil. Like, I mean, just
That's
ridiculous.
wild.
That is wild. So now Kyler Murray was like, yo, I'm not going to play a snap, and he showed up to training camp,
Yeah.
this and that. But now his wide receiver is suspended for the first 6 games for, substance abuse, this and that. But so, like, who knows how well he's going to play without a D Hop, without a Christian Kirk, the first 6 games. Now,
Right. Oh, I forgot about that too. Okay.
exactly.
Oof.
And now his stats, is gonna go from D Hop and Kirk to the first 6 game, maybe like a little, and that's like, golly, I should got my money last year when my stats was better. So it's like a catch 22.
You know what's annoying though? So I'm looking at the schedule right now, and I was gonna go through this with you real quick. So like for the Cardinals, everything that you just said is so great. It's like, okay, first 6 games, they don't have this and that. So I'm thinking as a 49ers fan, yes, we're going to demolish them. But like they get everybody back by the time that we're playing them in November. You know what I mean? So like, I think that we split with them. I think we'll take one, they'll take one. But we are playing them that November 22nd game. No, is that the one? I think that one is in Mexico. Because we got the Mexico game this year, which is really fun.
Wait, the Mexico game or the Mexico game? Oh,
yeah, Niners and Cardinals are playing in Mexico, which is super exciting. So that's going to be fun. And like that's one of the games that would have been, I think, their home game, and we're playing now in Mexico. So like I don't know. I feel like that goes either way. That could be a mix of both of our teams. So like that's basically a home game for anybody. But anyways, okay. So Bears, I think we're going to steamroll them. I just think like I don't know the Bears. No. Seahawks with Drew Lock, like they're not going to do shit. Like I honestly think we're going to beat the Seahawks in both games this year, which is phenomenal. We never beat them at home. It's like one of those things we really struggle with. I think we'll beat them at home now. Okay, so 1, 2 Broncos. I think we'll beat them. Then we play the Rams. The Rams, I don't think we're going to win that game.
Okay.
So no, Panthers.
The middle finger is up. The middle finger is up for that Rams game. That's
how I feel, man. Like Panthers, we win. Falcons, we win. I'm getting cheeky here now. Chiefs, I don't think we win that one. I'm gonna leave it at 5. Rams, you know what? We've swept them the last 6 games when we play them in the regular season.
Have.
So I'm gonna say we get 1. I'm gonna say we get 1. Okay. So that's 6. Chargers, I think the Chargers are sneaky, so I think they're going to win that one. Then we played the Cardinals, and that's in Mexico. I'm going to say we win that one because we got the fans in Mexico. We got tons of love out there in Mexico. Then we played the Saints. I think we beat them.
Yeah.
Then we played the Dolphins, and I think, again, Dolphins are a little sneaky, so I think they're going to get that one.
Yeah.
Then we played
who's going to get that one? With the Dolphins or y'all?
Yeah, because we're playing Mike McDaniel, our old guy. He's our old coach. He knows our 49ers more than anything. Like, Mike McDaniel was our old assistant coach. And they stole a couple of our players. So that's a sneaky one right there. Just watch. Watch. I think he's building a little empire over there. Like, I think Dolphins are going to take that one. Buccaneers, they're obviously going to win, I think. It'd be nuts.
Who's going to win?
The Bucs are going to win.
Why?
Because it's Tom Brady.
It's Tom Brady, but your defense, your Tom Brady hate to play defense that get in their faces, like that get in his face, like the Saints defense up the middle, hit his arm. The 49ers have a good front 7. So
okay. Let's give him that. Let's give him. You swayed me. Let's say Tom Brady. You know what? Maybe this year's not his year. Maybe he's Tom Brady.
He's a year older.
Old balls deflate gate. Like he's not going to do that. Okay. So we're going to give us that one. So we're 9. Then we play the Seahawks again. We're going to take them again. We're sweeping them this year. Okay. Then we're playing the Commanders.
Oh, done. Y'all got them.
I'm sorry. Like, no, we're going to win. Definitely. Yeah. Then the Raiders. And now because they've got friggin' what's his name, I think they win that one.
Devontae Adams. Yeah, Devontae Adams with Renfro, with Waller. And then they picked up the defensive. Oh shoot, man! They picked up one of the best defensive free agents. Man,
we play them at home too. They're gonna destroy us.
So that's gonna be a good game.
I want to go to that game. That's in Vegas. My dad is a huge
Chandler Jones. Chandler Jones went.
Jones.
Jones with Crosby.
And Renfro. No, he's out. No.
Renfro just got signed.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking of that other one with the situation. That was really sad.
Ruggs.
Yeah. Okay. But then you got Devontae Adams. Like that, they're going to steamroll. I think they're going to be one to watch this year. Like insane. And then the last game of the season is the Cardinals. I think that they win that one. I'm going to give them that one. We'll see. Maybe by the end of the season, Kyler's not looking so hot. So either we're going to be 11 or 12. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, so what position will you be in the NFC conference overall?
Who do we have above us? Like you guys are in there too. I don't know.
Yeah, we're in there. Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna take a wild card spot this time around. I think we're gonna actually get in there on our own. That's just my hot take. But
wait, y'all have to, unless y'all beating the Rams for the division.
I think we beat the Rams. I'm
really?
gonna No, the Rams are gonna win. You know what? I need to be confident in my team, but you're right. It's gonna be Rams, us, Cardinals, Seahawks. That's how it's gonna go.
Okay.
So maybe we do take the wild card spot. I can't remember how all that stuff works, but we're gonna be up there. We're going to the playoffs.
There's 3 wild cards though. So yeah. I mean, unless you are the divisional champ. I mean, everybody else is a wild card spot.
True. Okay.
And now
I'm getting cheeky now, but I'm still hoping that they're going to take the top spot in our division, but we'll see.
but the thing is, though, it's not only the top spot in your division, is in the conference because there's only one bye. So regardless how hard you work, unless it's a pride thing. Hey, like we won the division. Everybody is playing week 1.
Yeah.
Everybody is playing wild card weekend. So let's get it. So what? 11 and what? 12-5. You
12-5. I think
12
okay. That's best case scenario, but I think 11-4 is more realistic. 11-6. Sorry.
Yeah. So 11.
6.
Okay. I mean, you know what? That's pretty good because I, on the other hand, as a Philadelphia Eagle fan, right? I haven't really done my whole full prediction video yet. Just go score by score and why I think, but just off this, just do it. I feel like that we gonna beat the Lions. Just one, right? The Vikings game, Monday Night Football at the link. They do owe us an ass whooping, a payback from the 2017 NFC Championship game, but I think that we win that game, just 2-0. And then the Washington Commanders, Carson Wentz. I will be at that game, by the way, in Maryland. Woo! That game is getting played, so I'll be there. But I think we win that game. That we start off 3-0. And then the Jacksonville Jaguars, Doug Peterson coming back home to Philly, our only winning Super Bowl head coach in franchise history. But God damn it, he ain't Andy Reid. We cannot beat Andy Reid, but we can beat Doug Peterson. We are 4-0. And then the Cardinals. The Cardinals is a sneaky pick.
Yeah.
I think because it's away, regardless without D-Hop, we are 4-0. We lose that game, so we're 4-1.
Okay.
Yes, but the Cowboys, because we're looking towards the Cowboys matchup, bump the Cardinals. We are looking towards the Cowboys that swept us, that beat us bad both times. They put a 40 burger on us both times and embarrassed us on national TV Monday night. I mean, no. I went to therapy because the Cowboys beat the Eagles that bad.
Yeah,
it is what it is. But we about to pay them back. So we about to be 5-1 going into the bye.
5-1 tour, baby. Let's get it.
Now we come out the bye. The Battle of Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't like their quarterback. Yeah, we 6-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, Najee Harris. And you stop him, and you stop the whole offense. And the quarterback is who? I don't know.
Rudolph?
No.
That guy's no.
And the draft. Yeah. So let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1. So the Texans is a sneaky pick. Big win against the Steelers. We beat the Texans. We're 7-1. The Washington, and now this is a home game. Carson Wentz returning to the link. Woo! We sweep their ass. 8-1. We sweep them. Get them out of here.
Carson won't. I'm sorry. I know he used to play for you guys, but Carson won't. He's not doing it.
But the thing is, Deshaun Jackson, every time he came back to Philly, he bust our heads to the white meat. I mean, he was on a revenge tour. Like every time he could be off the whole season, put the Philadelphia Eagles in front of him, he's a Hall of Fame player. So I'm hoping that Carson Wentz is not that dude. But I think that we sweep the Washington Commanders. I mean, close, really close, but no cigar. The coach, the coach with Matt Ryan and Jonathan Taylor. Good defense, by the way. I think we lose that game.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jonathan Taylor is insane.
Yeah.
And Matty Ice, man, I think he's gonna be looking good over there.
Yeah. So I think that's our second loss. You know what I mean? So we'll see. But Green Bay.
Ooh.
If one team could beat the Green Bay, is the Philadelphia Eagles. We went up to Lambeau Field. 1-3, facing a must-win, and we beat them with Carson Wentz at quarterback. So amazing. I think without Devontae Adams, right now, Their second wide receiver, well, the number one wide receiver, he's sitting now because of contract issues.
Oof.
So who knows? But Aaron Rodgers is getting older. 2-3 years later, I think we beat Aaron Rodgers. So right now we
Nice.
only lost 2 games out of first 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 12. So we lost 2 games. So right now we're a bye week. So wait, oh shoot, man I don't mess up the count. Wait,
Dude, math is not my strength. That's why I'm a journalist. Like,
wait, 1, 2, 3, 4 lost. It was 4-1, 5-1, a bye, 6-1, 7-1, 8-1,
8-2,
8-2. We lost to the Colts and we beat the Packers.
9-2. You're saying
We are
9-2.
9-2, right?
Right.
Facing the Titans. It's at home. AJ Brown was like, y'all, they not want to pay me. I went to the Eagles. I mean, it's a sneaky one, but you know what? We get up for that one. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We gonna make AJ Brown proud. We're 9-2, right?
Yep. So
We're
10-2.
We're 10-2.
After
So
the
now the
Titans. You're saying
Giants.
win. You guys are gonna win. Oh, I think so too.
So 10-2. The Giants at the Giants. This is a home away from home. 11-2. Chicago.
Sneak. That's
I
a
want to
sneak.
say a win, but it's every year. It's just one of those games where we're like, man, division rival the week before, we lose that game. Chicago, we lose our third game. The Cowboys, we lose back-to-back games for the first time of the season. Like Christmas Eve, the Philadelphia Eagle fans are not going to wake up to a good Christmas. We lose.
Yeah.
We lose back-to-back games. So now we 4 losses. The Saints, we beat the Saints the past 2 times. We meet them. We are on a downward spiral. We lose to the Saints 3 in a row.
Oh no.
And then we finish off with the Giants with the win. So what?
Nice.
That's
So 12-5.
Yeah, 12-5, 11-6. You know, so I'm kind of like seeing.
Okay, so you're the same as me. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, like I don't think because this season is so unpredictable. All across the league, the Lions are going to be a much tougher team. The Texans, like all these teams that these fans, your fan, my fans, think we're going to steamroll 15 and
always those ones that we suck. Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. We're going to win games that we're not supposed to win. We're going to lose games where we're not supposed to lose. But overall, I see this as 11-6 season, 12-5. And we'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, hey, look, but we both make the playoffs, right? I mean, that's the end goal, right? At the end of the year, that is the goal.
Scratch in there, right?
A brand new season. Once you make the playoffs, anything could happen. Look at y'all. Y'all make the play. Y'all wasn't even supposed to be in the playoffs. Like, if y'all would have lost that week 18 game, y'all would have been out. And then y'all needed help. Y'all needed help. Y'all did not control your own.
We were praying. Like somebody heard us, and somebody I remember that. Oh, I was crying after that game. That was insane.
So I'm saying, I was watching that game. I was like, I do not want to play the 49ers. So I'm not gonna lie. I didn't want y'all to win. But look, I'm not gonna because y'all are so afraid of y'all making it. And then I'm like, man, this team right here is a hard-nosed, tough running team, the gritty team, the good coaching staff, a quarterback, not first half quarterback, not third quarterback, but a clutch quarterback when it matters, regardless if he throws for 2 yards or not, is the 2 yards that you needed to move the chain. Y'all went up to Green Bay and beat Aaron Rodgers. Like seriously. And that whole game was a hot mess. No team, neither team was playing great, but y'all went up there and beat Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs.
I know.
In Lambeau, in the cold when y'all the hot team in San Francisco, and then y'all went to the Dallas Cowboys.
Ooh, that one was so good.
That right there, I was like, yo, man, I was like, let's go 49ers. Yo, I was pom-poms out, cheering. I was like, yes. When y'all beat the Dallas Cowboys, I was like, thank you, Lord. Them bums gonna be sitting right next to us because earlier we played Tom Brady and we like, the game wasn't even a game, like honest truth, like, but we made it a game in the fourth quarter, but it was like literally 31-0 going into the fourth quarter. Some way, somehow, we scored 2 touchdowns. We made it respectable.
Yeah.
And then all this Cowboy fan was like, oh my God, Eagles, our game. Like in the chat, oh my God. And then I was like, pump the brakes, hold up. Yeah. Y'all play next. Y'all play next. And I'm telling you right now, the biggest play of the year is Dak Prescott with no timeout.
Oh my God.
20-yard gain, no time. And then the ref was like, nope, I'm an Eagles fan today. I'm not going to let you. I'm not going to let you. I got to touch it. Tom runs out and bam.
Dude. That was pressure right there. That was pressure getting to them because I'm watching. I'm like, the hell is going on right now? And then you see this whole whatever, and the ref comes out, and I'm like, what's happening? And he's like, no, we didn't touch the ball. Like, done. Game is over. And it was like so anticlimactic. But then I'm like, dude, like we won.
Yo, I was like, yes. So yo, I lost my voice during that game. I was like, yes. Like, I was the biggest 49ers fan because the Cowboys make me sick. They make me sick. They are the one team I can't. Yo, if there's a gun to my head or chip for the Cowboys, I'm going down like look, I'm going down like go bird. Like, yo, I'm done. Like, you're not burying me.
With the Seahawks. That's like me with the Seahawks, honestly. Like, yeah. I know that we have this rivalry with the Cowboys as well, but I wasn't really alive for it. So, like, I can't speak on it, right? Because, like, back in the day, it was always Cowboys, Niners, like, in these big games, like what we saw this past season. But for me, like, that's the Seahawks. Like, I could never, ever in my life. I had to wear a friggin' jersey once as a bet, and it still haunts me. People use it. They're like, she's a Seahawks fan.
Yo,
dude, I'm not a Seahawks fan. I had to friggin' wear this because I made a bet and I'm honoring it. I'm an honorable person. I'm loyal. But, like, everyone's like, ooh, she's a secret Seahawks fan. I'm like, bro, no. Like, get over yourself.
Yeah, so, I mean, look, it's all good, though. I mean, but, look, y'all did us a favor. And this year, whenever y'all played the NFC East, which y'all play the Washington Commanders, oh, there, yes, the special guest has arrived.
My little guy. Oh, he heard me getting upset about the Seahawks. He's like, Mommy, I'm going to come comfort you.
Yo, yes, he's everywhere. I mean, you took him out to, to dinner, man, on the beach.
They let dogs come and sit in restaurants in Italy.
What?
I can have him at a table with me, and they appreciate it. They're like, bring him in. I had dinner with him just by myself. He was sitting at a chair, just like eating steak with me. It was so nice.
yeah. And I saw the bow tie too. The bow tie.
Oh, he wears a little bow tie everywhere. He's a handsome boy.
See, look, Nina was like JC 13-4. Come on, like, yeah, I'm telling you. And old Bergen guys going 20-0. You know what I mean? Old Bergen guys going undefeated. Hall of Fame run. Tom Brady Patriots was what 18-0 and then lost in Super Bowl. I mean, it's so hard to predict these schedules. Like, I mean, it's nice to say, but man, we don't play the game.
No,
we don't coach the game. We don't play the game. So that's why it's just like, just tell me your best prediction. Just tell me your best prediction. But at the end of the day, we all want our teams to do well. I mean, that's all it is. I'm not gonna pick my team to go 1-15 or 4-13. No. You're gonna, look at the roster and say, we should beat this team. We should beat this team. Is it going to happen? and we don't know
Yeah.
because the coaches coach, the players fumble, quarterbacks
Injuries happen.
injuries happen. So in Bird game, we the best 13-4 minimum.
Oh,
So where would you rank in a conference wise? Where would you rank the 49ers in conference wise?
shoot. I don't
I
even
know
know.
with the Cowboys, the Green Bay, the Bucks, Cowboys, Green Bay, Bucks, Eagles. Like, I mean, where would y'all put y'all as a conference?
Dude, I think we're like lower end of our conference for sure. Like the NFC is a really tough one. Although the AFC just I think did a bunch of moves and they're getting a little stronger there too. But like I don't just you look on paper, the elite quarterbacks are all in the NFC. You know what I mean? Like the Aaron Rodgers, the friggin' Tom Brady's, like they all are the ones that like people look at as like these are the guys. So like I do think like ranking them based on like their quarterbacks and their players that they have with those teams, like we're not going to really stack up. But like I still think we're top five. I still think we're top five.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
it depends. It depends on a few factors, obviously. Like
not
what you guys are going to do too, right? Like.
No, I agree with you. That like to me, the NFC got weaker. Like they like
AFC
all the
leveled up,
players
right?
went to the AFC.
Exactly.
You got Josh Allen, Russell Wilson, Herbert, Carr, all in one division. Lamar Jackson, Burrow,
Burrow is amazing.
That's like 7 quarterbacks right there, and I think that the NFC got a little bit weak, which is great for me.
I'll take it.
I don't want the hard road in. Hey, get me in, and then we'll see what happens. So I definitely see y'all. Let me see the Packers, Rams. Man, everything else is up in the air.
Right?
Honest truth. Like you can be top 3 or top 5.
Yeah.
Everything else is up in the air. I mean, depend on coaching, a play call and the quarterback play. I mean, but everything else, the Rams, I could say, is a favorite right now to go back just because they've been there last year. They didn't lose anybody really besides Woods, which wasn't there.
Yeah.
And Von Miller, but then you got a Bobby Wagner,
that's what I'm saying.
Robinson,
up, right? Yeah.
So they load back up, man. So, but it is what it is. But look, man, this was a blast. Thank you very much.
We worked for so long.
Yeah, it's been a long time, like for 9 months. Like almost how many days are we from football? How many Sundays? I know that you keep track.
13.
I know that you
13 Sundays away. So literally 13 Sundays from now, we'll be watching football at this moment.
13 Sundays is 3 months. Like
not bad. I'll take it. And we got the best months ahead of us too.
Yeah. So look, I know that you keep track because I'm like, man, she's always keeping that counting now every Sunday, like 13 Sundays, 12 Sundays. I'm like,
gotta look forward to something, man.
Sundays? I'm like, man, it's a long ways away, but no, it's really
I started at like 30 whatever. There was a lot, and now we're getting when we get to that 10 Sundays, man, we're like going down. Oh, it's such a good feeling. I'm pumped.
You keep counting down. I'm like, man, just let me know when it's 2 weeks away. Like, I mean, so hey, you one of those persons that count down vacations too, like a year out. Like, we are 365 days away from going to the Bahamas. Like 364. Nah,
dude. We gotta look forward to everything in life. If you don't, then what are we looking at, right? Like, I don't know.
Time go by slower. Times go by slow when you counting down.
Or it gets you through the crappy days because you got like this little light at the end of the tunnel, I don't know. I'm very positive all the time. It's almost annoying.
13 Sundays. What light? I mean, I can't see no light. Let me know when we're 2 weeks out. Yeah, that's where I see the light.
Deal. I'll keep doing my thing, but I'll let you know. Don't worry. I got you.
It's all good, man. Please let everybody know where to find you at and what you're working on because you are amazing, man. I'm telling you, you are doing some big things, man. From the last time I had you on to now, I mean, NFL draft, man. You were working for traction. I mean, you are doing big time stuff out there. You have, you was on Joe Madden. I love her stuff.
Amazing, yes.
Yeah. So I mean, you've been doing a lot. So just let people know where to find you at and what you're working on and what could they expect from you moving forward.
Yeah, so on basically Twitter is like the main one that I use. So I'm Crystal Score, exactly like you see it there. The U before the O. A lot of people want to put the O before it, but that's not it. And I work for Traction, so I'm doing a lot of different video game stuff. I stream every Friday night on the Traction Twitch channel. So if you guys want to check me out on there, you can go over to Traction on Twitch, traction.gg, and you'll find me. And I do my stream every Friday night. And then this coming season, I'm going to be working for U Stadium, which is really exciting. So that's actually a new thing that I wanted to plug right now. So you guys can catch me on their TikTok. I'll be doing a lot of NFL content and maybe some other sports as well. And then there's so much stuff going on. For game day, like I was doing a couple different things for game day. I recently went to San Siro, which is in Milan, and I watched the Inter Milan game versus Sampdoria. So this is like Serie A football, like calcio, soccer. And like obviously soccer is really big in Italy. So I went to the game and like talked to fans beforehand and asked them what's better, New York pizza or Italian pizza. And I got
that.
That was really fun. So I'm going to hopefully be doing a little bit more work content wise with game day as well. We'll see if I end up going to the 49ers game in Mexico. That's something that I've got on my radar. And I'll be doing some fun interviews and stuff for them over there. So catch me everywhere. Like if you guys follow me on Twitter, you'll see everything. So that's probably the best one to go to.
Yes, it is. So how many games you going to this year?
Okay, so the big one I really want to go to is obviously the Mexico one, and then I do want to get to the Chicago one. That's like the opener of the season. Like it's obviously not at home, but it's in Chicago. I've never been to the Chicago stadium, and my bucket list is to go to every single stadium and watch my 49ers play. So that would check off another one for me. So I'm hoping to get to that one. I know a lot of the Gold Rush guys are going to be there, and like I'm probably going to do some podcast stuff with them. So I'm hoping to get to that one. That's the first game of the season. And then the Mexico one. So that's 2. And then there are the London games going on as well. They're not they're not the 49ers playing there, but I do want to go to a couple of those games just because I'm like a hop and skip away from there. And it's so cheap for us to go to London from Italy. So I think that
you went last year though. I think you went last year.
Football is football. I will take all the football, especially living in Italy. It's so nice to go and like be with my people again, you know?
Yeah. So that was tight because I remember last year I was like, man, she's going to a London game.
Yeah,
and
that
was Jacksonville playing somebody. And
Dolphins.
I remember, yeah. I remember you being there covering your first. That was your first one.
Dude, and like my boss at Traction, he bet me. He's like, I'm taking the Dolphins. I'm like, dude, no, I'm gonna take the Jaguars. I think they're gonna upset and they're gonna get the win. And they ended up getting the win, and he still owes me a bottle of wine. So maybe he sees this. You owe me, man. I was so pumped. That was cool. That was for me, I think out of all the games I've ever been to, that was one of the coolest experiences just because you walk in there and everybody's wearing their colors. It doesn't matter which teams are on the field. Everybody's representing because like they're in London, like they just want to wear their team. I saw so many like 49ers fans. It was really cool. People from Twitter came up to me and were like, we know who you are. And like, that was insane to me. That was insane. Nice. So yeah, best experience of my life.
Nice. So, hey, shout out to you, man. Hey, like I said, I mean, you are doing an amazing thing, man. I'm just trying to be as half as good as you are, and I'm trying to get where you at, man. Because I want a game all day. I want to cover my team. I want to talk about. But look.
Dude, you're gonna get there. You're amazing. Like, big shout out to you. Thank you so much for having me on. Thank you for being just like such a genuine soul and like believing in me because like honestly, I do believe if like I didn't have somebody like you supporting me, I wouldn't be here today. So thank you.
Hey, look, no problem, man. Like I always say, man, you deserve the best, man, and you work hard at it. I love your personality, man, especially with the mental health stuff that you be tweeting about, daily. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are. You are helping them out. But look, if you're watching this, man, just go check her Twitter out. Believe me, you will be entertained on a daily basis. And then go check out her stream, man. Traction, man. She works for them. She be doing gaming and stuff like that. Hey, just go check her out, man. That's all I'm asking. And of course, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It goes a long way. On the road to 3K, let's make magic happen. That season, look, it's right around the corner. What, 13 Sundays away? What, 12 Sundays?
13, man. We're there.
13 Sundays away, man. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get this season on. So, any last word before we go, Chris?
Go 49ers. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Let's
go! Birds! Go Birds!